Hi everyone, today we're reporting for Tech Millennium and we'll talk about disabled people. This topic is very important in who have many types of disabilities which faces day by day. So many people never take the time thinking about how hard is living with this. It's so that in this topic we'll get a little deeper talking about these people. Okay, come on. Is that person having any physical, mental, intellectual, or sensory impairment in the long run that affect the way to interact and participate fully in a society? The, the person that, if we were braver, we could understand their situation. The perspective for most of society often take it as inconsequential problem which is the same form to them until live or share an experience with a person who is immobilized. And there, if they say what really think and want, we will feel very sad because we will know how hard it is to live with a disability. A disabled person faces a repetitive attitudes of barrage that often comes to discrimination, and this generate shame, anxiety, despair, leading to treat them as people who cannot fend for themselves, preventing their straight dating and their move on seeking remedies to live. If they had the opportunity to do the things that we do, they would be happier. And maybe if we had to throw by their situation, we could feel like they feel. And if we felt like they, we would be able to respect them at all. Well, now let me speak to them about people with disability.
Hi everyone, my name is Pamela and I will be talking to you about the physical disabilities. There are several reasons why physical disability occurs. It could be congenital, hereditary, chromosome, accident, degenerative, neuromuscular, and metabolic among many infection diseases. There are so many types of physical disabilities, but in this case we will only focus in three ones. In the first place we have the spinal cord injury. It is an injury that occurs in the spinal cord, of course, and maybe for an illness or an accident, and loss stems from some of the movements and or sensibility functions. These losses are crushed below the place where the injury occurred. The spinal cord injury is the most important connection between the brain and the rest of the body because it collects captivating information from the arms, legs, chest, and back, and sends it to the brain that allows us to feel, touch, and be alert. Just as the medulla cord receives the commands sent to the brain, and it's what helps us breathe, walk, mobilize, and do whatever we do. An injury to the spinal cord occurs when it's compressed or blocks your blood flow, and that occurs when one or more vertebrae fracture or when vertebrae slide towards each other and squeezing the spinal cord. This is called subluxation. Symptoms of spinal cord injury depends on the landscape of the location, and severity of the injury is between higher the greater injury in the working area. Its effect. There is complete or partial cerebral cord injury. When the injury is complete, there is no portion below the site of injury, and when it's partial, lesion function indicates there is some below the site injury. Well, in second place we have the paraplegia, that is a complete injury in the dorsal area, produces complete chronically paralysis in the legs but does not affect the arms. And in the last one, we have quadriplegia, that it's a complete injury too, but between cervical vertebrae 4 and 7, causes weakness in the arms and complete paralysis of the legs.
It is an underlying immune disease in which a kind of allergy of some central nervous systems occurs. Affecting nerves are covered with the myelin. Sclerosis is called because there is a scar that no hardening or scarring of just the maze and multiple areas that are areas of the central nervous system, where symptoms can be severe or mild, which can manifest with unpredictable and erratic intervals. Different in each patient are affected. There are two basic forms of MS. The most commonly manifest with outbreak symptoms, space that can last days or weeks. The both are not necessarily cumulative, and between the two may be months or years. The second is chronic, complex, and with progressive outbreaks that take you collapse.
Good morning, Mrs. Ramona. We are from Tech Millennial High School and we are coming to make you an interview for our English class. Do you mind if we ask you about your incapacity?
No, it's okay, dear.
Tell us slightly about the story of how do you get disabled.
Okay, I used to be a soccer player. So one day I felt and my knees got stuck in a hole that was at the grass, and trying to stand up, my knees broke, and I went to the doctor and they told me that I couldn't work for like 6 months, but I didn't obey them. I started walking and started playing football 2 weeks before the accident happened. Sorry, after the accident happened. So I I hurted my legs more.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, dear.
How is this plight being took by you?
I felt really bad because soccer used to be my life, and I wasn't able to do it anymore, and I wasn't able to walk, and it took me away a lot of things like going to parties, hanging out with friends. Now I use these kind of of things that help me walking, but 6 months ago I used to be on a wheelchair, so it stopped me from making a lot of things.
Mm, mm, mm. How long you have been like this?
10 years ago it happened.
And how did your kind of life that you used to have change?
Um, I wasn't able to go to school because it used to have stairs, so I started going to this school that, well, it wasn't even a school. A teacher taught me at my house, like a tutor, and I wasn't able to do a lot of things because I didn't have like the ability to walk. So um, my life changed completely, totally.
Are you self-contained or did you depend on someone to help you?
I used to depend on someone, but now I'm self-dependent, thanks God.
And did you have near family? How was the notice about you get disabled took by them? Family problems were got by you?
Yes, all of them. Um, my mom took it very bad at the beginning because um, I was completely going for the football career, and it like ruined everything. So my mom, my dad, and my brother knew that that was my life, and they felt so bad for me. Um, they actually, well, there were actually problems in my family because all the cost of these, like the therapy and things like that, were very bad for them, and they were like in a lot of fights because my dad and my mom most. Um, because they really didn't know what to do with me. If I would like to keep walking or I'd rather be on a wheelchair, and they didn't even ask me. They just discuss it with themselves. They didn't ask me.
Mm. And were the indication of the doctor followed by you?
No, that's the thing I said at the beginning. They told me that I couldn't play football for 6 months, and I did it like a month after. So, yeah, no.
Mm. And how was the solution to the problem found by you?
Um, I tried to go to therapies. At the beginning, they sucked, and I wasn't able to do anything, and I couldn't improve. But now, 2 years ago, I decided to go again, and now I don't need a wheelchair.
Your old bad habits are being restored by you?
No, it's always difficult to not walk because you can be the same. Never.
Never again. What kind of medical care are you carrying? You will be able to walk again? How long will be delayed this?
I'm taking a lot of medicine because my knees is still hurting, and maybe yeah, I'm actually going to walk. Maybe I'm going to get some new knee or a surgery to repair it because it costs a lot. So I'm earning money for that.
Did you think that this challenge is a life lesson?
Yeah, I think it's actually a life lesson because I understood from that you need to take the doctor's um, opinions really, really like important, because if I would have taken the decision of staying with no walking for 6 months, maybe now I will be walking normally.
Mm, well, you told me that you practice soccer. What kind of limitation did you have about this practice now?
I can play soccer anymore.
Which goals did you achieve with this disability?
Like walking again, it's one of my biggest goals now because I know I can do it, and that's my goal in life actually now, and maybe playing soccer in the future, but it's not like an option for now.
That's all. Thank you. Our interview was answered by you, and we wish you the best. You're an icon of inspiration and encouragement. We hope that you could come forward with this challenge of life.
Thank you, sweetie.
Following investigation on the subject, we can say that people with disabilities are an example to follow because despite their disabilities, they continue and don't put obstacles to their lives. Unlike every day, smile at life.